book ride.
On August 26, 2018, the Reading Line celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Prince Edward Viaduct by bridging Toronto west to east with books and bicycles for all to hear. The starting point was at Central Technical School at Bathurst and Harbour. As people arrived, they could have their bicycles serviced for free by Toronto Hustle. If they didn't have a bicycle, they could use one, generously donated for the day by Bike Share Toronto. Welcome to our 5th annual book ride in Toronto. This year, we have communication accessibility with ASL English interpreters.
But do not expect them to translate while cycling on Bloor Street.
We have many community builders with us today. One of them is Siva, who helps newcomers bridge the gap using the bicycle as a means of equity for all.
I was involved in a couple of projects to try to make it easier for newcomers to try getting on bikes. One of those was startcycling.ca. The streetcar ad campaign featured people from all different backgrounds and different ages, and the idea was that sometimes you need to see yourself reflected back in order to imagine yourself doing this activity.
As part of the literary aspect of the bike ride, authors were invited to read excerpts from their books.
Then we saw that all the camels were fully loaded except one.
I was only a shred of a pre-woman in training, ponytailed with dirt under my nails.
This is my first book ride and I love it. Celebrating the 100 years of the viaduct, it's huge.
These kinds of events show how vibrant our city is, how vibrant arts and culture is, and how vibrant the bike culture is.
After the first set of authors read from their books, the group jumped on their bikes and took over the Bloor Street bike lane to head to the second location, Rosedale School of the Arts. The ride marshals kept the mass of cyclists safe along the route.
Yay! Hi! We're on a book ride!
Upon arrival at the second location, the courtyard of Rosedale School of the Arts, Amanda O'Rourke took the stage to talk about 880 Cities. 880 Cities is a non-profit organization bringing citizens together to enhance mobility and public space to create more vibrant, healthy, and equitable communities.
Change is possible. Our streets do not need to be used primarily for one priority, the movement of cars. They can be used as a tremendous network of places that improve our quality of life.
Next up on stage, 2 more authors talking about building communities.
We're going to share a little bit about how did we end up writing a book about cycling.
I think books and bikes have a definite link. Our whole reason for doing what we do is to share stories, and books are a perfect opportunity to communicate what it means to be on a bike and the freedom that comes with that, regardless of your age, your abilities, your economic means. It seems like a perfect marriage.
First, let me tell you a bit about my history since we're talking about the viaduct.
Toronto authors or artists need an opportunity to showcase their work, so it's actually a great way to people learn about books that maybe they didn't know about or would have never come across, whether it was a novel, graphic novel, or an independent kind of zine.
2018 marked the 100th anniversary of the Prince Edward Viaduct. The route to the last location had the riders crossing this viaduct, the building of which was the inspiration for Michael Ondaatje's book, In the Skin of a Lion. And so naturally, the connection between the anniversary and this book served as a theme for this particular book ride. At our final location, East Lynn Park, the cyclists heard from 2 more authors.
As a kid, I lived in a tower at the end of a dreamless street. Each summer, the bushes out back bore sweet raspberries as a reprieve from the unyielding sun.
But those are the very same challenges that change us, that make us review our values and our beliefs, that make us feel unstoppable and hopefully better human beings.
There was also a children's storyteller.
She said her first words, which were crack, 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 crack,
followed by music from Wilson and the Castaways. The children were even invited to decorate their bikes.
Beneath our feet is so much history. A mere 100 years ago, on October 18, 1918, was the opening of the Prince Edward Viaduct. And in Michael Ondaatje's poetic novel, In the Skin of a Lion, enmeshing us in the lives of immigrants who built this city. So I was inspired by that novel to construct a program of newcomer stories from across the world. Funding to the arts matter. And we are grateful that the Toronto Arts Council liked our idea. And they believe in our mission of making our city a better place, one street and one book at a time.
From a West End park to this East End park seems like a perfect bookending.
Thank you very much. Thank you.